Hello everyone, how are you? Dollar Currency 201 is here again. This is our Twitter account. Don't follow us. There is a lot of educational content in our account. Let's jump into the chart. So, in Bitcoin monthly chart, as you can see, we closed a very bearish candle and we closed it below the 200 weekly moving average. Okay, so the fact that we did this only one time in history, it was in 2022, and after that we touched it as a pullback. We got rejected and we moved down once again. Okay, we didn't repeat this before. If you check that, here in 2019, we touched it, bounced to the upside. In the COVID crash, we didn't close below it. We just pierced it with a wick, okay, and bounced to the upside quickly during that month. But the time that we closed a monthly candle below that, we hovered below this for several months, okay, at least at least 5 to 6, maybe 7 months as we hovered below the 200 weekly moving average. Okay, once again we closed a very strong bearish candle below this. Okay, some say that this is a mariboso candle. Okay, and currently we are uh, pull back to the 200 moving average. Okay, so just based on the monthly candle, you can say that the general bias for the this movement is something like this. We probably see a bounce to the upside, and after that we're gonna plunge down again. Okay, here, as you can see, we have a fair value gap around 43 to $47,000. Okay. Also note that there is a huge liquidity below this August 24 low. Okay, waiting to be hunted by the market. Okay, and if you go to a lower time frame, you will see that below that FVG, we have an order block as well, around $38,000 to $43,000. Note that all of them are at the same level of the Como cloud. This Como cloud acting as a strong support for us. Note that the flat Kijunsen also at the same level and acting as a strong support. Both of them, in addition to FVG and order block, acting like a magnet trying to pull the price down. Okay, so if you see something like a pullback to this flat Kijunsen happened, don't be surprised. The flat Kijunsen, whether it's above the price or below the price, acting like a magnet. Okay, so probably we'll see some kind of upward momentum testing that resistance around 70K. Okay, and probably we will get rejected, moving downside to test the liquidity below this low around $49,000. Okay, if we go to the weekly time frame, we can see currently we are formed a regular bullish divergence. We formed a lower low on the price, while on the RSI we formed a higher low. This is kind of divergence we waited to form for a long time. Okay, the previous time it happened, okay, I mean, we formed a lower low on the price, and at the same time, we formed a higher low on the RSI. We saw the bottom of the bearish momentum and bear cycle, okay, and we started a significant rally to the upside, okay. So if this was a signal for us to form some kind of base for the next bull market, so be it. I'm happy to see a bullish momentum starting from here. I told you that about Bitcoin around $59,700, $60,000, okay? And I'm ready to buy when it's plunging more downside, okay? But if it's going upside from here, I have nothing to worry about, okay? Uh, just note that nobody on the market can predict the exact bottom. So you have to be prepared and start your DCing when you think it's a good time. Okay. To me, I already started my DCA. I already bought 30% of my bags. Okay, my the 30% of my orders got filled so far. Okay, and the rest of that I already set them around here around 50,000, 48,000. Okay, $38,000, and when we reach to those levels I will be happy. Okay, because I bought Bitcoin cheaper. So just note that the bullish divergence happened, and some people say that we already in a falling wedge formation. Okay, this is a falling wedge formation, and probably we just want to test and complete the formation. Okay, for the next 1 or 2 or 3 months. Okay, probably we're gonna pierce the downside, form a fake bearish momentum here. Okay, and after that we will see moving to the upside. Okay, uh, for the bearish momentum, I expect to happen as a last bearish momentum in this bear market. Okay, we have to see the DXY chart. Okay, so the dollar index chart clearly on a monthly time frame showing an ascending channel. Okay, we touched the bottom of this ascending channel several times, and whenever we touched it, okay, we bounced significant to the upside. Okay, here we touched it, we bounced to the upside. Okay, and once again we form a solid base at the lower zone of this ascending channel, giving us this signal that Dixie could really showing some strengths. Okay, and that is gonna be bearish for the gold, other assets, as well as Bitcoin. Okay, so in a weekly time frame, if you check the SMA 100, you can see that we closed above it. Okay, and we are confirming above this SMA. Okay, so if we complete this confirmation and we remain above this SMA 100, okay, the possibility to go up and test the SMA 200 is really high. This move to the upside could be the bearish uh, momentum I told you about. It's going to happen in the Bitcoin. Okay, if Dixie goes up to 200 to test the 200 SMA, that means Bitcoin could go below the 59, $58,000, and there's a possibility to hover here and break the 200 SMA. Okay, and move to the upper side of this channel. Probably the midline of this channel would bring us 48K in Bitcoin. Okay, 45K in Bitcoin, and if we break the midline of this channel to the upside, that could really be bearish for Bitcoin, probably lead us to test the $38,000 on Bitcoin. Okay, so and if we check the gold chart, you can see that in a weekly time frame, we have a strong order block zone here. Okay, and we can go and test the midline of this descending bearish leg. Okay, so if this is the bearish leg for us, the equilibrium level of this bearish leg would be around $4,400. Okay, so for us, as we already in the Como Cloud, and Como Cloud could act as a trampoline. Okay, we could see a tiny bounce to the equilibrium level around $4,400. Okay, and after that we're gonna go and plunge down to test the order block around $3,500. Okay, or on the more bullish scenario, okay, we could bounce upside to test the flat Kijun around $4,700. Okay, and after that we could see a bearish leg to the downside, testing the order block around $3,500. Okay, so it's in the line of the Bitcoin and DXY analysis as well. Okay, and for more confirmation, if we see the West Texas Intermediate crude oil chart, you can see that in a weekly time frame, we already filled a gap. We had around $68,000, okay, $68, okay, and the possibility to test the order block around 61 to 65 is really high. Okay, probably we will see some kind of uh, hovering in this zone. Okay, that could be bullish for the Bitcoin and gold and other asset. This move here to the downside in oil could bring the bullish short-term pullback on the gold and Bitcoin I already talked about. Okay, but a geopolitical situation around the war could be the cause for the surge of the price of oil. To test these order block, fill this gap. Okay, we left a gap around $80. Okay, and we have a strong order block around $90. Okay, so we could go and test that level, which is in the line of the $48,000 in Bitcoin and $3,500 in gold. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this show. See you later.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step.